Don't worry about tomorrow, Mama, because tonight...
Dynamite's gonna make everything all right.
Euphoria, shut the fuck up. I know that was you. I ain't even got to look. I should send your ass back to Crenshaw Pete with his hot-ass coat hangers, bitch. Would you like that?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
The movie opens up and we get this little commercial advertising this Anaconda liquor, and they talking big-ish about this drink, but we're not gonna get too deep in this commercial, but remember it for later on. We're then viewed with a group of men having conversations with this shadowed man in his car. The man is trying to recruit the 3 men to work for him, and judging by his outfits and the location, we can already guess what type of work he's trying to get them to do. But after he proposes his recruitment plan, the fellas are just like,
what the fuck going on?
They acting like they don't know what the hell going on, and 2 of the guys actually run off, and the last remaining gentleman says that he ain't no snitch and tries to get his gun but gets shot dead.
I told you, Jive Chumps, I ain't no snitch.
Who said you were?
He's dead.
Just a miss. Anyways, we find out that the man who was shot is the brother of the one and only Black Dynamite, and we get introduced to the legend himself, played by my boy Michael J. White. Now Black Dynamite just got done clapping cheeks. After that, he heads to this man named Nipsey's house and gets greeted by a woman who says that Nipsey isn't there, and this fool Black Dynamite kicks the whole door down.
There's no Nipsey here.
Open up the door, bitch.
After hearing the door kick in, Nipsey comes out and tries to fight Black Dynamite. But that was a bad idea for him because Black Dynamite breaks him off and gets his money.
Where's Nipsey?
Here I am, sucker.
And I wonder what was going through this man's head. Like, what would y'all do if y'all heard some fighting and somebody just flew through your wall? I'll probably shut up too because I don't want to be next.
So scary as I would.
After Dynamite collects his money, he heads to his office and we get introduced to his secretary, Honeybee, played by Kim Whitley. And boy oh boy is she in love with Black Dynamite.
They sitting there on your desk next to the dry cleaner. That's a black king right there.
Honeybee tells Dynamite that she has to go to the hospital because her nephew has OD'd from some new drugs that apparently are getting popular around the younger crowd. Black Dynamite tells Honeybee that he'll take care of it. And we cut to the next scene with Dynamite in the middle of Kung Fu practice. And he takes his practice very serious because I'm pretty sure he killed one of them. In the middle of practice, he gets a call from his aunt who informs him of the news of the death of his brother Jimmy. He promises his aunt that he'll make whoever did this pay, but I don't think she's too convinced.
Well, I hope it ain't like when you promised your mama you was gonna get him off of that stuff for the rest of his natural.
We cut to a past montage of Dynamite telling his mother, who's on her deathbed, that he'll take care of his brother Jimmy. We also see a teenage Dynamite and Jimmy and find out that Jimmy has been getting high off drugs since he was a youngin'. And it's now Jimmy's funeral day and Dynamite's aunt goes up to him and bashes him about how she feels that he let Jimmy die, which I don't know how. That's a whole grown ass man. How he's supposed to control him? After his aunt leaves, one of his pals comes up to him and hands him a bullet from Jimmy's crime scene, and Dynamite takes it with him and heads home. At home, he's followed by some men who break in, and it turns out that Dynamite and one of the men named O'Leary know each other from their time at war. O'Leary tells him that the CIA needs his help, but Dynamite senses that something ain't right, and he was right because they weren't actually trying to get help from him, but instead trying to prevent him from getting revenge for his brother. He turns them down, and we cut to later that night at the club. Dynamite goes to visit his buddy Bullhorn. Bullhorn tells him that he saw Jimmy one night with 2 men that he never saw before. He also tells him that he saw him with this man named Cream Corn, and Dynamite asks him for Cream Corn's location, and we cut to Cream Corn, who's played by Tommy Davidson, at the hair salon when he's spotted by Black Dynamite.
I'll jump on him. All 93 pounds of pure dynamite. Let me catch my breath, Black Dynamite.
Dynamite!
Shut up, sucker. I need some answers.
After he's captured, Cream Corn tells him that the leader's name is Chicago Wind and he can be found at a place in Crenshaw. And Chicago tells him that he isn't the one who killed his brother. So Dynamite hands him the bullet that his pal gave him, but Chicago throws it back and things get a little disrespectful.
Try to catch me now, sucker. Shh, why don't you ever.
After he defeats Chicago and his crew, Dynamite goes to a community conference and meets up with an old friend named Saheed. He gives him the bullet, and Saheed tells Dynamite that the bullet is government issued. So Dynamite goes to the CIA office and gives it to O'Leary, who drops a bomb on him and tells him that his brother Jimmy was actually an undercover agent. He also tells him that this man named Raffelli was behind this. And Raffelli somehow gets word that Black Dynamite knows and sends gang members to get him. After his attack, Dynamite goes to the hospital to treat his wounds, but his wounds weren't the only thing being treated. Dynamite then runs to Gloria, a woman he met at the community conference. She tells him that a young boy has died from an overdose on the drug smack. She also tells him that the drugs are running rapid at an orphanage, and Dynamite takes this to heart since he used to be an orphan.
It was everywhere. It's even in the orphanage.
Not the orphanage. I used to be an orphan.
You ain't got no mommy and you ain't got no dad.
Shortly after, Dynamite takes Gloria to get a bite to eat, and things go left quickly.
Excuse me, lady.
Dynamite! Dynamite!
How did you know?
Donuts don't wear alligator shoes.
He tells Gloria that she's in trouble and takes her to his office with Honeybee. Later, Dynamite goes to a group of drug dealers and warns them that if he finds them with drugs, then he'll have no choice but to deal with them the hard way. And they don't really like it, but they also are too scared to challenge him. So Dynamite heads out, and on his way out, he's spotted by Cream Corn. Cream Corn says that he wants to help him because his brother saved his life. So we get a little crazy, funky montage of Dynamite and his crew hunting down Raffelli and killing him. And now with Raffelli dead, everything seems to be going good, and the smack drugs are gone, and Dynamite and Gloria are getting closer and closer. But you already know in these types of movies, when things are going too good, then you know something about to happen. And it does when Bullhorn tells Dynamite and the team that there's a trail of dope hidden. So they set out to find it. They manage to find a small stash of the drugs and capture one of the leaders, who, funny enough, they drug to tell where the rest of the drugs are.
Oh, I ain't gonna Operation Code Kansas. Can't stop it. Too late. Operation Code Kansas. Just a nigga. Just a nigga.
How long till it wears off?
They head to the other room and check the boxes, and inside of the boxes are a ton of Anaconda alcohol beverages. If you remember earlier, it's the alcohol drink from the commercial in the beginning of the film. One of the men drinks some of the liquor, and they start to go through the rest of the boxes looking for the drugs, not knowing that the drugs are in the liquor, and they don't find out until later that day when they go to a restaurant and try to unravel where the drugs could be. And y'all watch this.
Mars Candy Company make it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, those white men. Mars is also
The Roman god of war.
That's right. And what, brothers? Is the biggest snake in the world?
The South American Anaconda.
What she said?
Anaconda malt liquor.
Anaconda malt liquor gives you woo! Gives you what? Woo! And who else is famous for?
Woo! Little Richard.
What they really saying is
Anaconda malt liquor gives you
Little Richard is another word for Richard. Anaconda malt liquor gives you a little dick.
Y'all, so apparently an Anaconda drink gives you a little peewee, which is so ironic because the name is Anaconda. And that's not all, because having a small peewee is so bad that they kill their homie. Like, what? Why y'all ain't let him live? R.I.P. I guess. The crew heads to the warehouse to stop the drinks from being delivered anywhere else, and that's when we find out that O'Leary was behind this all. And it makes sense now because O'Leary wanted to keep Dynamite from trying to find who murdered his brother, because it was him who did it and he didn't want Dynamite to kill him, but he does. After he kills O'Leary, the phone rings and it's this man named Dr. Wu. And they obviously have some unfinished business to handle, so Dynamite and the team head to Kung Fu Island to track down Dr. Wu. But once they make it to the island, majority of the crew start to get killed off.
Who saw that come? Who saw where that came from? Let's go.
Dr. Wu enters and Bullhorn tries to fight him, but gets his head chopped off.
Oh, no!
And Dynamite seeks to get revenge.
Shit before I walked in the room.
After his fight with Dr. Wu, Dynamite sets him on fire and leaves out with his suitcase. And Dynamite and Cream Corn, who are the only remaining members, fly off in the helicopter and head to the White House. When they get close to the White House, Dynamite jumps out of the helicopter, leaving Cream Corn, who gets spotted by security, who blows up the helicopter. Dynamite makes it inside and does a little wardrobe change, then gets bombarded by security. He then makes it inside, and we find out that the person who was the head leader in charge of the whole smack drug operation was President Richard Nixon.
Take your filthy black hands off the presidential dinnerware, you moon cricket.
After Dynamite defeats President Nixon, he tells him that instead of killing him, he'll instead release all of his freaky pictures if he doesn't treat his people right.
Now, unless you want the rest of this freaky shit to hit the news, I suggest you take good care of me and my people. Can you dig it?
The movie ends with Dynamite giving a little speech to the people.
Fight. They best come see me. 'Cause I'm Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite was hilarious. It was so unserious, but yet kept my attention for the entire film. The cast was amazing, everyone played their role so well, wardrobe was amazing. I also really liked how they captured the old Blaxploitation style of editing, because I'm a really big fan of those films. But that's it for today, and that's my commentary for Black Dynamite. If you made it to the end of this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.